dynamic young talent matchup tonight with the regular season right at the starting lineups here tonight. And that backcourt up in the season opener tonight. It's our first look at the Wings, and our second look at the Fever here in 2026. Game in front of her home fans since July 13th.
Wow,
it goes without saying, Caitlin and Fever fans are eager to see her in this building as Cunningham misses on a three, but there's a whistle. And here to the pros. And here's Sophie Cunningham heading to the line for 3 free throws. She really had a nice preseason opener in New York, 13 points, knocked down.
Yeah, and early. I mean, it was from the jump where Cunningham, being a part of the core group in this team last year, really before she went down, just picked up where she left off, especially on that three-point line. Cunningham
won her in the back half of 2025. This is Dallas's first preseason game, which means these are the first minutes for AZ Fudd. And Paige Bueckers in 2026, she knocks down her first shot.
Smooth as butter, just recognizing where the defense is at. If you're not hand up, hand down, you're going to get punished every time.
Billings looking backdoor for Clark, not on the same page. Indiana turns it over. Atlanta Smith, a key newcomer here for Dallas. And there's Fudd pulling up and knocking down her first shots.
Again, I really liked in her warm-up, just paying attention to the details and recognizing where the defense is at.
Here's Clark, the hesitation. Clark on the drive, bounces inside. And it's out of bounds. We'll go to Dallas. There's the head coach for the Indiana Fever, Steph, to the WNBA Finals in her first year back in 2015. Billings switches on to Bueckers. Misses everything with that jump shot. The 5th highest scoring rookie season last year as Clark gets by Bueckers and gets to the rim.
Downhill. She said it. She wanted to be the best, if not already.
Put up 109 in New York on offense. Not much concern for the Fever offense here headed into 2026, but on the defensive end of the floor, there's still a lot to work on.
She was head hunching for getting into the paint.
And here is Odyssey Sims, who played a massive role in the Fever's run last year. They took Vegas to overtime in that decisive Game 5 to go to the finals. Sims came in midway through the year and really wonderfully for Indiana. Clark feet inside. That pass was deflected, and it'll stay here with Clark back on the floor.
Yes, it is. And again, a lot of shoes were filled last year.
Catch and shoot, and Clark delivers with a three.
Bing, bang, bong for Caitlin Clark. Just on the inbound, ready to go. Good. Like clockwork at this point.
Well, it's just a preseason game, but there is a great crowd in this building, and you could just feel what has been about 10 months of pent-up energy to seeds drafted back in 2024. Here's on Clark. This will be a matchup we'll be watching for years to come. Billings steps through. Bank shot won't fall. Atlanta Smith struggled to pull it down, and it's Clark who sets sail for the other end.
Mo Bill down, just really looking to get her shot going, but the defense is always going to be there.
That's 7 in a row for Caitlin Clark. Has gotten it done in different areas of the floor. Sims and Mitchell shared the backcourt a year ago. This must be a little surreal going against each other after.
I had made it during training camp and just found a way.
Bueckers leans in, and the bank shot will not fall. Aisha Hines-Allen, a newcomer to Indiana, pulls down the rebound. They brought her in to do just that. A lot of the Clark steps back and misses on a 3-ball. There's Bueckers to pull the rebound down. And it got deflected from behind. The Fever with some good transition defense here early on. Clark feeding for Cunningham, and that time Bueckers took it away. She'll fire ahead, and it's Segrist on the other end.
Great comeback there. Again, mistake or no mistake, you want to see if you can get it back there.
Mitchell turns on the Jets and draws the foul. Called on Paige Bueckers. Bueckers is experiencing what a lot of the league will have to go through this year, which is...
That's a great point. I mean, Especially in this league, of course, you know, this is the best league in the world. So there's no days off, there's no time, no plays off as well. But you've always got to know where both of those plays are at.
And of course, a really nice applause here at Cambridge Fieldhouse.
Just about to say that. I mean, it was roaring in here.
Here's the #1 overall pick, AZ Fudd. Switched on to Cunningham. Smith feed inside and found a wide open Beckers. That was great vision there by Alana Smith.
A little miscommunication, eyes up is important.
Feed for go back door as well as Mitchell hangs but can't finish. Just got too far on. Great ball, rims out. And now it's Allen running the floor and laying it in. Well, the Fever want to play faster. They were 5th in the league in pace a year ago. Of course, the gas pedal down even when Clark's not on the floor, and you see it there.
Yep.
Rolling Smith into the corner. Fudd, extra pass. Beckers whips it inside. Johnson got a hand on it and forces. Raven Johnson shined in her preseason debut. Here's Mitchell with the floater.
She's going to try to elevate her game every single year. We saw it all last year, and coming back already is a good sign.
Smith inside for Lee Yaru. Couldn't finish. Smith, a major offseason acquisition for Kurt Miller in the wings. Co-defensive player of the year a season ago. Hines Allen into traffic. And a foul is the call. Caitlin Clark +5. Not surprising, each team's leading scorer. First quarter of Dallas's first preseason game. This is Indiana's second, but their first at home. People will have one more on Saturday against the Nigerian national team as Miras Dantas, who is back for another year in Indiana. And Kayla Timpson battling down low with Alicia Clark. Draws.
Yep, they motor. She's even talking more defensively, and of course her defensive presence has always been great.
Here's Timpson switched on to Beckers. Lee backing in, puts on the moves. Pretty left hook.
That was beautiful. Great footwork, great poise down low.
Johnson lob inside, pass deflected and stolen. And now Clark's pass is deflected and stolen herself, and it falls right into the hands of Timpson.
Raven Johnson, a masterclass, if you will, on the defensive end. And I really, really like how active she has been able to be in these first 2 preseason games.
Fever have forced 5 turnovers here in about 6 minutes of play. As Isaiah James, who just checked in, this is her first look, but Lee's there to clean up.
In there, head hunching where the ball is at, going and having a nice knack for the offensive boards.
Dantas shovels. Here's Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. Knocks it down in a foul.
I don't know if you saw the game, but that was beautiful and one. And she had 3. I mean, she's never rushed, right? And there's so much, you know, attention down there. There's a lot of bodies, hands in the paint, and she stays under control for the duration.
Really see the range of Clark's game and really you can't let her get free once she gets past the timeline.
Right.
But you get too aggressive, especially when you get in the penalty situation, and they turn into free throws for one of the league's best free throw shooters. And Clark knocks them both down. 9 points in 4 minutes for Caitlin Clark. The league is really for her as Becker steps in and drills a 3.
Nice. I mean, I'm talking, at the moment she gets the basketball, those eyes are at the rim, saying that she can make something work.
Oh, Clark over the shoulder. Billings couldn't finish inside. That was a beautiful pass. Walker-Kimbrough knocked it away. Another transition turnover. Clark bounces, and a kick ball is the call. The array of skills that she possesses. Both teams with excellent offensive first quarters. The Fever shot 67%, Dallas 53%. Segrist had 9 in that first quarter, Beckers with 8. Here is Smith working in the post, big shot too strong.
I like that shot, but just going straight up, see if you can get the defense off balance and going straight up.
Mitchell stepping back and can't connect on the 3 ball. Beckers finds Segrist, who hits a 3.
She came to Indiana playing against Butler, and the way that she gets to her spots is not the fastest, but efficient.
Here's Clark on the drive and draws the foul. So Clark will head back to the foul line where she is 4 for 4. Maddie Siegrist has Dallas's last 10 points as she has caught fire, 4 of 4 from the field. 2 or 3 steps forward this year. Another #1 overall pick into the mix. Another year for Beckers. Another year for Siegrist. And as said, he came in, he was brought here to win. This is a development project too, but no look.
Going back to Alicia Clark, I mean, I love, she has a championship mindset. She's won in multiple places. She's a leader. So that was a great addition. Is again, a new coaching staff as well. You just got to find that chemistry.
Clark, the switch on to Siegrist. Lobs inside, and Hines Allen shuffled her feet. Their first-round pick in 2025. Impressive guard out of NC State. Here is James, right on cue. Pulls up, gets it to go, and a foul.
That was by no means an easy layup. She made it look easy.
Quick little 5-point burst there from Camp, who has stood out. You get her name a whole lot. Hines Allen into tight quarters. That was Beckers, beautiful pass, cross court to Sims. And here's where Mitchell just wants to turn on the Jets. If you're an opposing team against Indiana, even off a made bucket, you've got to be ready. As Billings had her pass knocked away.
One thing that
Mitchell led the league in three-pointers made a year ago. There's Becker's third of the first half. Largest lead for Dallas. They've gone up by 7. They've opened up the second like a preseason game here so far. Clark with 16, Beckers with Siegrist with 12. The stars are shining. Competition level is high here as we close out the month of April, and then May means WNBA regular season. From a turnover perspective, that's 7 each here in the first half. James working on Clark. Clark sticks with her. James gets inside and draws the foul.
Foul number 22,
First foul on the night, Clark.
Great move in her feet, just all handling skills right there. Just again, eyes up. Second year, she knows where she wants it. She's playing Wings team.
And kind of quietly because Dallas was out of the playoff picture, but Isaiah James. It's a 15-2 run by Dallas, but Mitchell puts an end to it. Kelsey Mitchell on the attack. He's got a 4 after 1. Laying themselves down 7. And a blocking foul. They're going to say Hines Allen was in the restricted area. Siegrist working on Hines Allen. Difficult shots. Offensive rebound, Sims. And Smith dials up a 3.
Got a great percentage.
Dallas, who had 25 in the first quarter, is give and go with Clark, and the push shot is short. They're already at Aikent. Sims stays on the attack and draws the foul. Dallas has certainly been the aggressor here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in that timeout in between the quarters, but seems like the Wings just needed that first 10 minutes to get warmed up in a sense, even prior to being with Indiana favorite team. But coming in, you know, that's exactly what.
I see Sims here back in Dallas as Caitlin Clark has picked up her second foul, and there's Alicia Clark checking back in. 28 games between Dallas and Tulsa. Has bounced around, but if she has one home, she would call it this. Here's Beckers, off balance, hits her 4th 3 of the first half.
Ooh. My goodness. They're going in the way with the Wings right now. They're just playing at a higher level.
Mitchell can't answer with a 3 ball. Smith pulls down 58% from the 3-point line. Clark got too far underneath. Good defense by Dantas, forces the turnover.
Beaver basketball.
This is a little bit best. They came roaring back in the second half.
Yep.
Thompson getting some minutes at point guard. Rookie out of South Carolina has been so confident here so far. Look at the vision. Beautiful find there to Dantas, who draws the foul. Well, Raven Johnson has come in and said, I just want to be a sponge. I want to. Dantas off the mark. There's Dantas who entered. Sims crossing over, leans in, and banks it home. Nice step-through move there by Sims. And Mitchell on the other end trying to pick the pace up for Indiana. The Fever has just not been able to play their game here. Mitchell off the Dantas screen, all sorts of room. I can't cash in. Dantas pulled down the rebound from a disadvantageous position right around Atlanta Smith. And then Smith is called for the foul. Simpson, shot clock down to 5. And a whistle. And this is on Clark. And that'll be the 5th on Dallas. So from now through May 3rd during the preseason. Simpson knocks down both free throws. Dallas shooting 63% overall on the night. That was Stephanie White's biggest goal. She won't be happy there. But Johnson with a deflection into the hands of Mitchell. It's 4 on 3. Mitchell puts on the break. Here is Dantas. Can't cash in. Now Beckers with room to roam, hangs and finishes.
That pull-up game is automatic for Paige. She sees blood in the water when she has the ball coming downhill.
Wings have outscored the Fever by 19 points in the second quarter. Dantas looking inside for Timpson, knocked away by Clark. Indiana's 8th turnover. Dallas finally misses a 3. That was Isaiah James. Cunningham had it knocked away. Fever have just 7 points here in 6 second quarter minutes.
Yeah, shots and not a lot of rebounds on the offensive, or even opportunities to get rebounds on the offensive end.
Johnson on the attack, shot off the mark. And
he's looking to go get a bucket.
Oh, and Beckers unescorted to the rim. Beckers with 18 points in 14 minutes. And the Wings, who are down by 4 after